A classic English opening King's English variation for knights variation cáchchơicờvua line emerges in Hungarian Super League 2,2425 round 7, setting the stage for an intriguing battle. On c4. Knight f6. Knight c3. On e5. Knight f3. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight c6 played by Banusz leads us into English opening King's English variation for knights variation cáchchơicờvua line. On a3. On g6. On d3. Bishop g7. On e3. King castled kingside. Bishop e2. Rook e8. Queen c2. On d6. On h3. Bishop f5. Banusz is planning to play. On e4. Knight takes e4. Knight takes e4, and secure a stronghold in the game. On e4 played by Horvath. Threatening pawn takes f5. Bishop d7 played by Banusz. King castled kingside. On a5. Rook b1, it is novelty move. Knight d4. Threatening knight takes c2. Knight takes d4 played by Horvath. On takes d4. Knight b5. On a4. Bishop g5. Bishop takes b5. On takes b5. Rook e5. Threatening rook takes g5. On f4 played by Horvath. Threatening pawn takes e5. Rook c5 played by Banusz. Threatening rook takes c2. Queen d2 played by Horvath. On h6. Threatening pawn takes g5. Bishop h4 played by Horvath. Knight takes e4. On takes e4. Queen takes h4. Rook bc1. Rook takes c1. Rook takes c1. On d3. Threatening pawn takes e2. Bishop takes d3 played by Horvath. Bishop d4 check. King h1. Queen g3. Bishop c4. Threatening queen takes d4. Bishop e3 played by Banusz. Threatening bishop takes d2. Queen d3 played by Horvath. Rook f8. Bishop d5. Queen takes f4. Rook f1. Threatening rook takes f4. Queen g5 played by Banusz. Bishop takes b7. Bishop c5. Bishop d5. Queen e5. On b3. Threatening pawn takes a4. On takes b3 played by Banusz. Queen takes b3. King g7. On a4. On f5. Threatening pawn takes e4. On takes f5 played by Horvath. Rook takes f5. Bishop f3. On d5. Rook d1. Bishop d6. King g1. Bishop c5 check. King f1. Queen g3. Queen c3 check. On d4. Threatening pawn takes c3. Queen d3 played by Horvath. Rook e5. Rook c1. On h5. Banusz might go for Bishop b6. On a5. Bishop takes a5, and establish a winning position. On a5 played by Horvath. On g5. Banusz is aiming to play. On g4. On takes g4. On takes g4. On a6. Rook e3. Queen f5. On takes f3, and increase their advantage significantly. On b6 played by Horvath. Horvath is looking to play. On b7. Queen h2. On promotes to queen at b8, and establish a winning position. On takes b6 played by Banusz. On takes b6. On g4. Threatening pawn takes f3. On takes g4 played by Horvath. On takes g4. On b7. Threatening pawn promotes to queen at b8. On takes f3 played by Banusz. Queen takes f3. Queen takes f3 check. On takes f3. Bishop a7. Rook a1. Threatening rook takes a7. Bishop b8 played by Banusz. Banusz wants to play. Rook b5. Rook e1. Rook takes b7 and establish a winning position. Rook d1 played by Horvath. Rook d5. King e2. Rook d7 time to think find the best continuation for Horvath. Rook b1 is best move here because on d3 check. King d2. Bishop f4 check. King d1. Bishop b8. King d2 position is equal. Let's go to the main variation. Rook d7. King d3 is an inaccurate played by Horvath. Rook takes b7. Rook g1 check. King f7. Rook h1. Horvath is planning to play. Rook h7 check. King e6. Rook takes b7 and establish a winning position. Bishop e5 played by Banusz. Banusz considers playing. Rook b3 check. King e2. King e6 and establish a winning position. On f4 played by Horvath. Bishop g7. On f5. Rook b3 check. King e4. Rook e3 check. King f4. Bishop e5 check. King g4. Rook g3 check. King h4. King f6. Threatening king takes f5. Rook f1 played by Horvath. Rook g8. Banusz considers playing. On d3. Rook d1. King takes f5. King h3. On d2. Rook takes d2. Rook h8 check and seize the initiative. Rook f3 played by Horvath. Rook d8. Horvath fought hard but ultimately had to concede defeat.